One. This is the 2026 SIBA lottery draft. And as we know, the season is now over. So congratulations go to the Indiana Express for winning their first championship and also bringing the championship trophy to the Eastern Conference for the first time in league history. And so just to go over a little bit of history about the draft lottery, in 2021, Calgary had the first pick, Washington, Milwaukee, Miami, Atlanta. 2022, Memphis got the first pick, New York, Houston, Milwaukee, Calgary. 2023, Boston got the first pick, Seattle, Calgary, San Antonio, Atlanta. 2024, New Orleans got the first pick, Boston, Detroit, Atlanta, Chicago. 2025, Milwaukee got the first pick, New Orleans, Chicago, OKC, and Atlanta. And so now let's get into this year's draft lottery. As we see, the top three teams with a 14% chance of getting the number one pick, once again, is Chicago, OKC, and Boston. Can Chicago bring in that number one pick? They had a historic season, but not in a good way. And so hopefully for that franchise, they can bring home the number one pick and turn around that organization. And so as we see, the fourth best chance goes to the Atlanta Attack with 12%. Can they make a move and jump up to get that number one pick? Then the LA Mamba with 10%, Memphis Vandals with 9%, San Antonio Monarchs with 7%, but that pick goes to Minnesota. And then the next one is Milwaukee at 6%. The Seattle pick goes to Boston. So Boston has two picks in this year's lottery. They have a chance, double chance to get the number one pick at 4%. Vancouver at 3%. Denver at 2%. The Hoops pick goes to the LA Mamba at 1.5%. They have two chances to get the number one pick. And then Miami's pick goes to Memphis at 1%. And so Memphis has two lottery picks as well. And then the last pick with the last chance in the lottery goes to New Orleans at 0.5%. But excuse me, I made a mistake. The OKC pick actually goes to Kansas City in a trade that happened 2 seasons ago. So, wow, do the rich get richer? But there is a rumor that KC will be trading this lottery pick. So, it may be a team's lucky chance if KC gets that number one pick. So, let's get started with this year's draft lottery. 2026 SIBA draft lottery. And the number 14 pick goes to New Orleans Black Bears. And the 13th pick goes to LA Mamba. So that means Memphis jumps up with a 1% chance, jumps up into the top 4. This is the first time in league history a team outside the top 6 jumps into the top 4 picks. The 12th pick goes to the Denver Bighorns. The 11th pick goes to Vancouver Reign. The 10th pick goes to the Boston Nighthawks, which is the Seattle Sasquatch pick. The 9th pick goes to Milwaukee Wildcats. The 8th pick goes to Minnesota Lancers, which it was the San Antonio Monarchs. Now remember, this year we have 2 expansion teams. So those 2 expansion teams will be drafting 5 and 6. So these picks will actually be 7, 8, and 9. But let's keep the draft lottery moving. The 7th pick goes to the LA Mambas. So Memphis, with a 9% chance, moves up in the draft. And so they have 2 picks in the top 4. Wow. Wow. That is a shocker. The 6th pick goes to the Kansas City Coyotes, which is the OKC Outlaws pick. The 5th pick goes to Chicago Guardians. Once again, the draft lottery demons have hit Chicago again. So let's see if Boston, Atlanta, or the 2 Memphis picks, which one gets the number 1 pick? All right, let's go. The number 4 pick in this year's draft goes to the Atlanta Attack. Once again, Atlanta gets struck by the lottery devils. The number 3 pick goes to the Boston Nighthawks. Can you believe this? The first 2 picks in the draft goes to Memphis Vandals. They get number 1 and number 2 in this year's draft. So we're looking forward to seeing these young, energetic players come into this league and see what Memphis can do with the first 2 picks in the draft. This is all. Commissioner Kelly Avery for SIBA Basketball Association, signing out.